good to actually listen to different perspectives around social and collaboration and how things actually impact us on a day-to-day basis. Somebody was talking about the milk community, somebody was talking about hotel booking, and about the balloon spotting and things like that. So today I would like to touch upon a different aspect of social media and collaboration, and that's in the enterprise. Which it means is that what is it that I need to do in my daily activities that will help me do my work faster, better, and more productive without loss of cost to the company, right? So how many of you actually use collaboration tools within the company? Okay. And how many of you feel that if some of these things were there, more things were there, I would have actually been helped, or I would have done my work faster, I would have been able to search for things better? Yeah. So while social media and collaboration is very popular and it is actually driving the need for social and collaboration acceptance within the enterprise. Now I'll give you a typical problem that exists for social media tools that we use. What happens is that suppose I start a conversation on IM or the instant messaging. What happens is later I actually try to point to a document which is lying somewhere. I point to a link or I point to a website where that document is hosted, and then I go about creating email chain where I say that okay, this is the way it should be done and these are the people who need to get involved and things like that. So a person joining in third actually gets lost because he hasn't had any track of instant messaging. He hasn't had any track of the document because it's lying in a different place altogether. He is not aware of the reviews or what has happened, and he's actually very new to the conversation to be able to add any value to the document. So before we begin, this was just one of those problems that I highlighted with enterprise social media usage. But I would like to also highlight a couple of things that, like the distinguished speakers recently said, that just having social media is not important, but even the purpose for using the social media has to be clarified within the enterprise. And building a community around the enterprise which has acceptance of usage of social media tools is equally important. There are companies which have gone bust just because they wanted to adopt social media, but actually they didn't have a policy which can encourage people. It actually used to discourage that if you tweet this, probably it comes under blocking post. So these are the kind of policies also that need to be put in place for social media to gain more acceptance in the enterprise. The second biggest pullover for social capabilities within the enterprise is the fact that all of us use social media outside enterprise. So that has become a big driving factor for people because they want to use what they are used to using, what they are familiar with. If I am familiar with somebody telling me that this is a friend who had taken a trek somewhere, or this is a friend who likes a particular bakery, probably the chances are that I might be inclined to go to that particular place. Similarly, think of it in an enterprise where I'm working on a document and where I know that, oh, there has been some person who has actually worked on this document earlier. So, or there's this person who can be actually of help to me. So these are the various places where actually enterprise collaboration can help. Similarly, somebody talked about the milk community. Think of it as, you want to have a Java community for that matter within your enterprise. So any questions that you have, you actually go there and see for things. Now, I would like to give you a different view of the enterprise apart from your day-to-day activities, right? The different view is being the fact that what exists outside the development organization, which is basically, we have a lot of things which are being exposed, like in terms of online kiosks, or it can be online stores, or it can be the sales representatives, or it can be the marketing guys, or it can be even the customer support. Now, how do these guys actually harness the power of social media while they are working on something? So here I would like to introduce the concept of a social network, which is based on conversations. Now, suppose you have a document and you actually give that document to a particular, you start a conversation with that document, and you want to then conduct the reviews right there and then itself, that you have the capability to annotate the document. You can actually highlight on the document that, okay, I need to, this is what my comment is. Similarly, somebody who is joining in new can actually come back and say, oh, this is where probably this person has left this comment. So I need to follow up on that and probably correct it and again put it for review. Other stuff can be around social enterprise, can be what I need to do, or suppose I'm very new to, let's say, HR, and I want to recruit somebody. Now I need to know the HR onboarding process. I need to know, what all things go in. So suppose if there is a widget or there is something that comes around which tells me that probably you need to look at these documents. So what we call as, in documents that may be interesting to you. So all of these things that I'm talking about are actually the enablers to the social media. So these are these actually help us do our daily jobs better. Similarly, I would like to introduce you to the concept of fusion applications, which Oracle talks about. And these applications are tightly integrated with the customer relationship management, the sales supply chain management, or even the human capital management and asset management and things like that. So social media can actually drive that. So suppose there is a promotion that a manager wants to do. And if he comes to know that this is the promotion, that probably whether this person has received 5 appraisals in the last 1 year, or has he received 5 hikes in the last 1 year, if that information is made available to the manager right then and there, probably he has a better way of informed decision making. So those kind of conversations, in terms of, let's say you want to discuss a benefit plan with your manager. So these kind of things become increasingly important in a large enterprise where you want to harness the power of social media within the enterprise. Of course, apart from that, you also have various channels, like you see the iPad being used heavily here, and you have you have iPhones, you have various multiple mobile devices. So you do want yourself to be available on those as well. Now the thing that governs social media and collaboration at those aspects is the safety and security, because you don't want your information to go outside to the firewall, or somebody wanting to sniff out your information. So safety and security for enterprises becomes increasingly important when you talk of social media and collaboration. Additionally, in terms of so when I talk about the social network, I would also like to introduce you to the Oracle social network, which again talks about integration of starting a conversation around a particular topic. And many of us actually use activity streams on Facebook, right? I mean, somebody posts something and you start commenting on that, and somebody else again comments on that. But the thing is that not everybody is working on only one thing at a time. So while somebody may have been to a bakery shop and some other people are actually commenting on it, it might not be that in our daily jobs we only do one thing at a time. We have to do 10 to 20 different things. Do you agree? Right? So when you have to do 10 to 20 different things, suppose I combine all of those stuff into your single activity stream, it will become very difficult for you to actually analyze that which things are more important for me, which things are the ones that I really should follow up, which things are the ones that actually happen during the day. So Oracle Social Network actually combines this by threading out multiple activity streams for your day jobs, so that you can actually follow up. You can assign a follow-up to somebody, so that you can filter out the activity streams and figure out that, oh, probably this is what is interesting, or maybe there is a live digest that comes in to you on an email where it talks about probably this is what happened during the day. So this is where Oracle Social Network also pitches in. Apart from that, in terms of fusion apps, of course, so while I talked about the social media capabilities around document collaboration and annotations and feedbacks and recommendations and tagging, being able to find what you do, or work list for being able to know what things I have to do, I would like to combine the two now. So one is the social network, and one is the backend fusion apps, which is basically the CRM, the supply chain management, or the HCM. Now, how do I combine these two? Now, do I start another wrapping application which will do all this, or do I provide value adds on top of the existing, existing fusion applications or existing CRMs or whatever, right? So Oracle Social Network actually does that. It actually integrates with the Fusion applications such that you can pump out data from a Fusion application, or you can pump in the data back to the Fusion application. So the advantage is that while you are harnessing the power of social media and capabilities, you are actually going back and putting your data back into those systems. So essentially you are not directly interacting with those systems, but you are harnessing that power that is generated by recommendations or reviews or judgments and putting it back into a CRM. I have been talking about CRM, but what exactly a CRM actually means? So suppose there is an opportunity that comes in, and that opportunity is basically a customer sales call which has to be translated into a deal, because ultimately at the end of the day, the money matters, right? So if you have to close the deal, I need to know which all deals have been similarly worked out for. Has the customer already been with me earlier, or where is the customer located, so that when I call him next, probably there is some value add that I do when I talk to him. Or suppose if I am a support representative, I need to know what support calls have been earlier worked on, and I need to know that if there is any information that already exists with respect to the specific query. Consider in this that in the enterprise you might want to know that which are the top rated answers, which are the top rated users, which are the top rated bloggers, and all that, right? So while I talked about the Oracle Fusion apps and the Oracle Social Network and the combination of the two, what I would also like to draw your attention to is the ability to develop your own applications, right? So you might want to develop your own applications, and in those terms, actually the combination of these technologies should be such that you are able to create an ensemble of things. You are able to create a mashup of what you want. So if you want a discussion forum, probably you just want to end up creating a discussion forum for your community. Or if you want just instant messaging collaboration, so consider that you see somebody online on the website that you are browsing, and you just right away click there, and you are able to chat with him, and the history is maintained. And from there, you are able to launch an online conference and are able to meet instead of meeting face-to-face, you are actually able to have a webcast. So these kind of things are very, very new in the enterprise today, but I am sure that moving forward in the couple of years to come, these are going to get a lot of traction. And that's the reason these applications are existing, and I'm trying to give you an idea of how Fusion Apps, CRM, or Oracle Social Network, and all of these things can really empower us to do our daily jobs. Thank you.